What's good, guys? Big Red back at it again. In this video we have a top 10, top 20 situation. We're just going to be talking about things going on in my head throughout these situations, some slight tips and tricks, and other things to help you in situations like this. Even though every situation is different, there are things in this video that will help you for your next encounter of a top 10, top 20 situation. But without further ado, let's get to the video. This guy here that I tunnel vision on, you always want to make sure that you're moving left and right, or rotating your left stick in a circle when aiming at someone, especially this late in the game. You could either rotate your left stick, you could crouch up and down, or you could lean left and right as you're aiming down your sight. That way you're not sitting there like a sitting duck, letting somebody land an easy headshot on you. You always want to make sure you do the best you can to avoid easy headshots. That way if you try to hide somewhere and heal, you don't get third-partied from a different angle, where they just have to hit you in the foot or toe to take you out. Now guys, I'm always planning my next move of attack, or my next route, where I want to go and what do I want to do. So I do my best to scan the field and get to the circle before the zone starts closing. Why do I do that? I do that so people don't shoot at me while I'm running in from zone and have to worry about two things at once. That's probably the hardest situation. Now when you heal up as well, you always want to make sure you're moving. Try to do a little better evasive movements than what I was just doing there, just crouch and going backwards. Try to push B, crouch up and down, move left and right. Throw people off guard if there is somebody aiming your way. As I was running in from zone, I was scanning the field to see who was fighting who, where the shots were coming from. That way I was able to find the guy prone and take him out with a headshot. Now I'm a very aggressive player, as most of you may know. But for final circles, play your game. Play how you want to play. Don't copy someone else's style. Play with your style. Stick with what you're comfortable with. And that way, you'll know exactly what you want to do. I like to take out everything in my path, especially if they're busy fighting another player or aiming at somebody else or even shooting. Third party, get that easy kill and then worry about the next player. Or if you're less aggressive, avoid it. Get to your spot while they're fighting and be sneaky about it. I hate being behind solo trees, because if you get shot at and you try to hide behind a tree, there's multiple angles that you could get shot from. So I like to use the little dips, the hills, the craters to my advantage. That way I won't get shot from too many angles, and I'll have a good cover view where I could third person peek over the hill when I go prone. Now here's some better movement here, much better as I'm healing up, scanning the field, always aware and thinking that somebody is in this house behind me. They're just waiting for circle to close in, and once it does, they'll probably be running in from the zone, and I could either take them out or they could take me out. But you always want to be aware and think that somebody is there. And you want to be aware and think that somebody is in every little crevice or a little hiding spot where you think you wouldn't look or where you think you wouldn't hide. But you got to expect everything and anything from these players nowadays. But here I'm always scanning. I'm always jumping around. I don't mind if people see me too much, so I like to zigzag while I run. That way I'm not in a straight line and an easy target. They may be able to hit a couple shots. And if they're lucky, maybe a couple headshots and a body shot. But for the most part, I like to figure out where people are at, where they're going to be shooting from. That way I can make my next moves and plan ahead of the game. And here I'm kind of running more to the wedge of the circle. That's the smallest gap between where the zone is and the next circle will be closing. And in here I'm expecting somebody will be at this compound. So I'm kind of listening for footsteps as I move in, making sure I'm running in a zigzag line. And I pretend like I'm going to kind of hop through the window. That way I see if there's anyone in corners going to shoot me. Nobody does. Still listening for footsteps all at once, and I spot a guy up top. I take a dumb shot because I did not clear the area here to my left yet, so that was very dumb of me. And I'm lucky this guy wasn't really paying attention, because he could have easily took me out with just over half health. But he was probably hiding from the hill guy, and then he also heard my shot, so he was too focused and thinking of what he should do for his next move. And now that I know where two guys are, and then myself, that's three. I'm still thinking about where the fourth guy may be. So that's why I keep looking to the right in case he's aiming at me, showing his little face somewhere. Always looking to the right, making sure. Now I'm thinking about my next move here. I want to kill this guy at the two-story White House so I could get position and hide from the guy top hill, who has a very nice advantage on the other players. So I run here kind of like a maniac. I should have played a little smarter, but I was scared the guy on the top hill was going to hit me with a snipe or something. And as I killed that guy, I heard footsteps. Very smart by this guy to push after he heard the footsteps. He probably thought I was low. Luckily for me, and unfortunately for him, he had a small clip weapon. I was able to rush him as he was reloading. Got that kill. Now I get to kind of regroup, heal up, boost up. You always want to try to boost up as much as you can throughout the game if you have a ton of boosters. It'll help you run faster and you don't have to heal as often or worry about boosting as often. So now I'm kind of thinking about my next plan, seeing if anybody has some decent loot for me. Because I know this guy wouldn't push from the top hill advantage, and also he has circle advantage, so that would be a dumb idea by him. But he knows where I am. I know where he is. I'm fully boosted. I'm going to try to run to the circle without him shooting me, so I'm zigzagging. He does land a nice shot on me. But luckily, he only lands that one shot on me, and I'm able to get to cover just in time here. Try to get a heal off, and in my head here, I'm thinking, please don't throw the perfect cook frag or the molly at me. He has the idea throwing the throwables, but he does not cook them correctly. So luckily for me, I'm able to get the med kit in, fully healed, a little more comfortable with the situation, but still not very comfortable like this man is probably feeling, having high ground and him being able to see me with some serious third-person peeks. And here, I try to run in different areas in case he does have more throwables, so he doesn't get a lucky one on me. And no matter where he peeks, from the top, you always want to expect the peak to be from random spots because there's so many rocky little hills and areas where he could sneak out to and get a nice little flank on. You want to make sure you're not always looking in the same exact spot that he was peeking from recently. You want to keep in mind, like, oh, there's so many places to move around. He could peek from any area. I was trying to use all my throwables, but it does not reach high enough up. But it was worth a try. Maybe get that lucky frag and he would walk back into the zone and take some damage or something like that. Just to throw him off guard a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but just to keep him guessing. And here he did maneuver on me. Caught me off guard because I was too busy looking at the same area, which I shouldn't have been doing. Now I'm in a bad situation. He has high ground, but now he's playing the fox, rushing me, being aggressive. So I pretend like I'm going to run away and go heal in the corner, but instead I go right out in the open, turn around, and hit that accurate shots for the win. 19 killed chicken dinner, guys. If you enjoyed the video or if it helps at all, please give it that like, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the bell for a little ring-a-ding-ding to get notified when the next video of mine goes live. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.